Today I'm watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 5 Episode 13. In the previous episode we had the Watchers Council from the UK come to Sunnydale. Giles was officially reinstated as Buffy's Watcher. Buffy is now working for the council officially as they had information about Glory, and we find out that Glory is not a demon at all but is in fact a god. They did mention Riley's name a few times in the episode, but I feel like they're trying to move on from that storyline. I don't know if his character will ever come back. Please no spoilers. Joyce was at home resting. Obviously had been going through a lot recently. Dawn might know what's going on. Please no spoilers again, but she definitely overheard some things, and she was very close to Glory, which I'm sure just made Buffy terrified. In a previous scene, they were all, standing in the living room together, and I don't know if Dawn knows or what she knows or what she thinks she knows, if that makes sense. So Buffy also left Dawn and her mom with Spike, which was an interesting choice, and I'm sure he loved every second of that to kind of keep them away from Glory until they got everything figured out. I hope they have some big ideas because I have no idea how they're going to take out Glory or what that's going to look like. I don't think we've ever seen a god on this show before. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content.
This is exactly what you need. A 20th birthday party with presents and funny hats.
No. Birthday parties are notoriously horrible.
One of the more seriously unpleasant demon dimensions.
There's more than one?
Oh, there are thousands of demon dimensions. All different.
That's deeply disturbing.
What do we know about her? She's tough, yeah, but no bolts of lightning, no blasts of fire. Shouldn't a god be able to do that kind of stuff?
She can suck your brain.
She's a brain sucker.
She, absorbs the energies that bind the human mind into a cohesive whole.
So she just have a loose brain floating around? Ugh.
Plenty stuff. But what about this key thingy Glory's looking for?
Yeah, shouldn't we be trying to find it before she does?
She's like, well, how do I tell you? Yeah, only Giles knows.
They're gonna be risking their lives. They deserve to know.
Know what?
Oh, this is gonna get awkward. She's gonna tell him.
The key is the link. The link must be severed. Such is the will of God.
Yeah, what are these freaking knights up to?
The link must be severed.
I sure love chanting, that's for sure. It's not often we see monsters fighting other monsters. Ooh! That was Glory's favorite demon. I mean minion.
Shall we test your faith now?
Oh, now you're in trouble. Uh-oh.
Never send a minion to do a god's work.
Ooh, bye.
Hey, nice sword. But it hurts.
Yep. And they said they just send more of them, so we know it's not the last we'll see of them.
You guys doing a spell?
Dawn, hey.
Yeah. How are they going to treat Dawn now that they know?
Yeah, whatever.
And the Paul Frank backpack. Oh, the 90s.
She's just kind of new.
Yeah, their whole perception of her must have changed.
So, what's the homework sitch?
We have to imagine what we'll be like 10 years from now and write a letter to our future self.
Oh no. Will Dawn make it to 10 years from now?
Young and Dawn's too delicate.
Right. A young, delicate pain in my butt.
I just think you're freaking out because you have to fight someone prettier than you.
Wow.
Powerful. And in no way prettier than me.
I just think you're getting soft in your advanced age. She didn't look that tough to me.
You don't know much about her, to be honest.
It's intimacy, isn't it?
Oh my. That's an interesting approach.
It's okay.
I know how difficult the first time can be.
She's seducing this knight? I think he's very afraid.
You may not have the info I want, but you still got something I need.
Oh, I don't like where this is going at all. Brain sucking. And the effects of her fingers getting like creepily long. Ugh.
You are very, very wise. Now gimme.
I hope she has a good birthday.
Beautiful. Thank you, guys.
Oh, we thought you get lots of crossbows and other killy stuff.
Yeah, so we figured less killy, more frilly.
Yeah, her birthdays are notoriously horrible, so... Anya, it's not for you. Put it back.
We picked them off the beach.
I remember.
Yeah, but it's not real. That would be so bizarre. And everybody knows but Dawn. That must feel so creepy.
The week, I was just too cheap to buy a real present.
Thank you.
They know it's not real. Oh my gosh. Oh. Yeah, even Joyce knows? Like, oh man.
I mean, you know us. Sometimes we like to pretend stuff.
Anya.
You know, like say there's a fireman or a shepherd.
You know what?
Oh, ship. What? That took a turn.
Let Dawn hear anything. Fine. I'm just gonna go to bed. That way I won't accidentally get exposed to, like, words.
Yeah, it would be so hard to ignore it, obviously. But now poor Dawn's stuck with everybody talking about her while she's there. Oh my gosh.
Work much?
I wasn't lurking. I was standing about. It's a whole different vibe.
What did Spike get her for her birthday? Yes?
Standing in the bushes hugging a bent box of chocolates, and I'm...
What? Sneaking out to braid hair and watch Teletubbies with your mates?
Teletubbies might be a bit off the mark.
breaking into the magic shop to steal things.
Magic shop, eh?
Rebellious teenager streak. Okay. Spike's like, I'll come with you.
But they'd really go for a little Red Riding Hood like you. That wouldn't set too well with Big Sister.
Yeah, Spike's the only one who doesn't know, but he obviously knows how much she means to Buffy.
You want to come steal some stuff?
Yeah, all right.
That took a lot of convincing, yeah.
That's right. What's bad now?
Giles needs a security system or something, man.
Brown robe types are always protecting something. It's the only way they can justify giving up girls. Hey!
It's so bizarre to see Dawn reading about the key, and she doesn't know she's the key, she's reading about herself. Good try, Spike.
Second sight blokes, mostly. Or even just your run-of-the-mill lunatics.
Those with loose brains, thanks to Glory. Yeah, no data.
What else does it say about this key? It's made out of gold. Maybe we can hawk it, split the take.
Is she gonna figure it out?
He is also susceptible to necromanced animal detection, particularly those of canine or serpent construct.
The snake talked to her.
The monks possess the ability to transform energy.
I think she's putting it together. I think she's figuring it out.
Accomplish the task. They had to be certain the Slayer would protect it with her life.
Yes, she's putting it together. She's figuring it out, man. She knows Buffy would protect her.
In human form. In the form of a sister.
Yep. That's you, Dawn. You're checking all the boxes. And Spike's finally figuring it out.
I guess that's you, Nibbler.
Oh my god, that's not how I thought she would find out at all. I thought maybe Buffy would tell her, and I thought she might have overheard something. But that's not what I thought.
Sorry. Maybe it's time to start a new tradition. Birthdays without boyfriends. That could be just as much fun.
Yeah, I'm guessing Riley obviously didn't send her anything.
Yeah, some of my best... Oh my god.
What? Dawn!
Is this blood?
What? What? No, don't test this theory, Dawn. No, that's horrible!
What am I? Am I real? Am I anything?
Oh, it's far beyond the usual teenage identity crisis. Now you have to explain that you're a supernatural ball of energy.
We thought it would be better if we waited until you were older.
I don't think she has that much time, to be honest. That's a great question.
6 months ago.
I've only been alive for 6 months, huh?
That's so bizarre. Yeah, but it's all fake. Yeah.
I don't know anything. I'm just a key, right? Everything about me is made up.
That would be so bizarre to try and process that.
Because my sister is cutting herself.
Yeah? How do you know? Maybe it's just another fake memory from my fake family.
A lot of feelings coming up right now. Yeah.
Get out! Get out! Get out!
I didn't think she would take it well, obviously. It's very bizarre, and like, how do you process this? How do you look at your sister and your mom? Like, what?
Maybe if you had been more honest with her in the first place, you wouldn't be trying to make yourself feel better with a round of kick to spike.
I don't like it when he's right. I don't like it. Yeah, he obviously had no idea and just happened to be there, and oh man.
You're gonna be late for school.
I'm not going.
Yeah, there's no way I'd be going to school. Exactly. She's got you there, man.
Calm down, okay? Really...
Don't tell me what to do. You're not my mother.
I think this is going to backfire greatly because now she's an angry teenager who also is incredibly powerful and is mad at her family, and
I would rather be at school.
I feel so bad for Joyce. She's trying her best.
No defiance. She'll be forced to. To what? What is she going to do? Send a six-pack of minions to bore me to death?
Is Ben also a god or something?
On me.
Why?
You know it. I know it. She knows it.
Why is he untouchable?
Threats. Or I'll finish the job I started on your head.
I honestly thought Glory would have killed him as soon as the episode started because he defied her, but yeah, he obviously is untouchable for some reason. That would feel so bizarre, like reading your old diaries, knowing none of those memories are real and that you didn't actually write them.
We're not her family. We don't even know what she is.
Yeah, I feel like the rage is gonna take over and she's gonna think she's invincible and start acting very reckless.
How can you talk about Dawn as if she's a thing?
I'm not. I'm just saying that's probably how she feels.
And of course that was the one piece she overheard. I feel like we had a scene at this park in a previous episode. Or maybe a few. Oh no. Oh no. She's remembering. That'd be so jarring. It honestly was kind of reminding me a bit of like the Truman Show.
Just saying. Powerful being. Big energy gal digging the Zan man.
The Zan man, stop it. He's like, please stop talking.
Spilled out.
Please. You see me, right?
Yeah, I wonder what she looks like to them. That would be so interesting.
I found it.
Thank you. You know what the key is?
Now he's gonna try and hurt it, so run away, Dawn. Run away.
What? Is that even possible?
Too squishy. When I was 5, Buffy told me they were monkey brains, not
And that's gonna be a hard habit to break.
exist.
Look, I know it can feel that way sometimes, but when you're older...
No.
He doesn't know, obviously, yeah.
Real. None of this. They made it.
Dawn.
I'm nothing. I'm just a thing the monks made so Glory couldn't find me.
There it is. Now he's putting it together. He thought he was just a teenager struggling. Yeah.
You've got to get out. No. Oh no, she's here! She's here!
What? What? Ben just became Glory. Glory became Ben. What? Run! What? What?
Could a fabric be more annoyingly pedestrian? Now this is what I'm talking about.
She does love red. Almost exclusively in red.
Ben.
It's an eensy more complicated than that. Family always is, isn't it?
Ben's her brother? What?
Rip out your spine before you got half a stat.
Well, that's graphic.
You don't remember.
Remember what? You were talking to him, not me.
Okay, so she can take over his body, but not his memories?
Was he?
Excuse me, ma'am. This area is for hospital personnel.
Bye.
Center. Your sister, the Slayer, has my key. It's mine, I want it. Do you know where she squirreled it away?
Come on, Dawn, think of something.
There's ice cream and puppy dogs in it for you if you start singing.
Well, that's horrible. What are those x-rays of?
Then those sneaky little monks pulled an abracadabra, so now it could look like anything. You see the predicament I'm in.
Dawn might be able to get some answers this way, which is bizarre, but might work.
Maybe if you told me more about it, I'd know if I've seen it.
Yeah, exactly. Glory can help give backstory. Oh my.
You guys gotta see him. His head's almost twisted clean off.
Sounds like the work of Glory. Yep.
Maybe you don't have any idea where my key is.
The irony of that statement. Dawn's like pooping her pants over there.
2 birds, 1 stone, and boom. We have yummy dead birds.
What happened if she tries to suck the brain of the key?
Hey, we were just talking about you.
Conversation's over, hell bitch.
Oh, nice one. Oh, bonked her. Oh. Oh. Bye.
If he wakes up, tell your boyfriend to watch his mouth.
He is not my boyfriend.
Yeah, let's not go down that road. Oh, uppercut, get him.
Hey, those are really nice shoes.
Oh, midair, nice one. Yeah, like that's gonna do anything. Bonked him.
Start with the well.
Dawn! Buffy, get back!
What?
You little crap nuts with mustard.
Oh my gosh, she's got a crowbar to the chest. Sprinkles! Merry Christmas.
My dress, you little... Just Katie.
Willow.
Where did they send her? That was fun. Good job, Willow. Oh my gosh.
Still working out the kinks. Where'd you send her? Don't know. That's one of the kinks.
That can't be good. Where'd she go?
Oh,
Sugar. Well, it's a good thing she's a god. I mean, it's not good, but, you know,
You're my sister. No, I'm not. Yes, you are.
Yeah, I'm very worried that this is gonna permanently fragment them.
Doesn't matter where you came from or how you got here. You are my sister.
That's so sweet.
I was so scared. Me too.
Oh, I'm glad they kind of patched things up. Oh my gosh. Tough episode for Dawn, for sure. So that was my first time watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 5, Episode 13. It was definitely a big episode for Dawn as she realizes that she's this key. It definitely wasn't the revelation I thought it would be. I thought Buffy would tell her or she would find out some other way. I didn't think she would just find out, you know, reading from a book sitting on the floor with Spike in the magic shop. And as Spike's, you know, starts reading all these things, you can see the wheel start spinning in Dawn's head as she puts it together. Like, wait a minute, that's something that happened to me. And like, okay, this snake. And we have the flashbacks to all the other episodes that obviously lead up to Dawn putting this together. I felt so bad for her because it would be such a bizarre thing to process, and she freaks out as, you know, would be expected, and is just questioning everything, and she keeps bringing up memories, and then it's like a split-second delayed response when she realizes, oh, that's not real. And even when she asks Buffy, you know, and her mom, like, how old am I? She's like, you've only been around for 6 months, and just processing that, you know, timeline and everything you knew up until 6 months ago isn't true, that all these memories have been fabricated, and dealing with being a teenager can be tricky enough, and the fact that now she has to process not only the usual teenager stuff, but the fact that she's this key and she instantly rebels. And I'm glad to see Buffy and her were able to come together at the end by saying, you know, like, we share blood, this is Summer's blood, and they have that moment. And I still wasn't sure if Dawn was going to respond to that because I feel like she was just so angry at that point, but I feel like her being confronted by Glory and realizing this is a very scary situation, she was in a lot of danger, that she naturally goes back to what she knows will protect her. And I still think Dawn will doubt Buffy's intentions and be mad and say that, you know, she's only doing this because she's supposed to protect her, not because she cares about her. I still feel like there'll be those moments of doubts, but I hope overall Dawn realizes just how much she means to Buffy and her mom, and that they would do anything for her. Obviously, being the key adds this whole new element to it. It was Buffy's birthday as well, and they mentioned Riley a few times, but again, not the overall piece of the episode. And this is Buffy's 20th birthday. Typically, birthday episodes in the show have been notoriously horrible, I feel like this was more focused on Dawn for this episode. Obviously still relates to Buffy, but very Dawn focused. And I was thinking back to the previous episode we had with Buffy's birthday for when she turned 19, when Giles was meeting Riley for the first time. And I think they had it on campus, like on the university somewhere. And the fact that the focus of that was more, hey, here's my new boyfriend, like introducing him to, you know, the father figure Giles, and how far we've come in a year, and just kind of the timeline it sets up for Buffy and Riley, that they dated for almost a year. And sometimes with these shows it can be hard to tell because they don't necessarily mention the day of the week every day, because why would you? It could be a little bit bizarre. And even Buffy saying like, oh, I'll try doing birthdays without a boyfriend, and just kind of putting that into perspective. And obviously Riley didn't send her anything. I don't think he could if he wanted to, and I don't know what that would look like either way. Spike showing up to give Buffy this present, and I think that's what he was practicing with the mannequin with. There was that scene a while ago where he was pretending and it's looked like the same box. But in a million years would I've never expected that Spike would be the one who accidentally reveals that Dawn is the key, and he didn't know either. He wasn't doing it to be mean, which is rare for him, and he was doing it to be nice and trying to protect Buffy's little sister, which he knows she cares about a lot, and not letting Dawn wander off into the night by herself in Sunnydale, which is notorious for obviously very scary things. So I feel like his intentions were good, and he kind of calls Buffy out on it and says like, hey, you had the chance to tell her and you didn't. Again, I don't blame Buffy for not telling her. I feel like, how would you have that conversation? I don't blame her for waiting or trying to figure out how to tell her and what to say and wanting to get more information, and seeing Buffy's motive switch to, I need to find out more information about the key for Dawn so that she knows who she is, and to kind of have that conversation where, you know, Dawn's asking Glory for information about the key. I mean, it would make sense. She would know a lot about it, but just the irony of the situation that Glory has no idea that she's talking to the key directly, and Dawn trying to ask questions without giving herself away, but also realizing, you know, she's in a lot of danger here. I think they might have mentioned that Glory and Ben were related previously, if I'm remembering correctly, but we now know that Glory can take over Ben's body, or they can shapeshift or something like that. It was so creepy, but they don't have a memory of it. Like, even Dawn at the end was fading memories of, oh, Ben was here, but I don't remember what we talked about. And I wonder if Ben will remember that he knows that Dawn is the key, because Dawn doesn't seem to remember that she told him. And I was very worried when Glory took over, because I was like, oh crap, she's here now, and Ben knew she was coming, and I thought she was gonna like bust through the door and not take over his body, obviously, and morph into her. And she obviously wasn't able to access his memories or his brain. She was herself, but just took over his body. Very bizarre. And we still don't really know how Ben is untouchable or what that situation is. But we definitely know Ben was trying to save Dawn, was like, get out of here, like, you're just a kid, like, you don't know what you're getting yourself into, like, run. If she finds you, you're in big trouble. But luckily, you know, Glory was like, what did Ben say? And Dawn just realizes she cannot in any way let Glory find out that she is the key. I feel like Buffy did a little bit better in the fight scene between her and Glory. I think it lasted a little bit longer, and she was able to maybe get a few more punches in. I still don't know how you defeat a god. They didn't talk about that, and the council has obviously left town. The only real, like, special effects we've seen recently is that, like, finger brain melting thing, and obviously the body switch we had in this episode as well, which still looked pretty cool. Like, it didn't look super dated or anything. The finger brain sucking energy source, whatever you want to call it, probably could do a bit improvements, but again, it doesn't bother me. I'm not going to tear it apart. But again, for a show that's, you know, over 20 years old, the special effects and practical effects and everything like that always looks so well done. We have the knight in the hospital who confirms that, yes, you know, Dawn is the key, and she kind of freaks out because they just start yelling at her. Obviously, it'd be very upsetting, and he's there to hurt her. Like, it's not like, oh, you know who I am, like, please help me. It's the opposite. She just needs to run away as quickly as possible, and of course there's going to be thousands more that are going to come. This is just the beginning of it. It's definitely an interesting approach to have, you know, instead of the typical teenager struggling with their identity, not only do we have that, but now we have it on top of this supernatural element, and I'm very worried that Dawn is going to become incredibly reckless and she's gonna feel like she's invincible. Maybe this last encounter with Glory kind of helped put things into perspective, but when she, you know, set the stuff on fire and left her house, I was very worried. I don't think anybody knows how powerful she is, which just puts a whole new element into it as well, because what do her powers look like? I'm glad Dawn was able to get a little bit of information about who she is, but still, I feel like there's tons we don't know. It was really cool to see Willow do that spell at the end as well, with that teleportation, and she just sends, you know, Glory out into the middle of nowhere in the sky, and we see her fall, but I don't know if that's in Sunnydale. I don't know if that's in a different country. We have no idea, but I have no doubt that Glory will be able to find her way back. Like, I don't think this is the last we see of her. She's just temporarily displaced, but seeing how it affected Willow was a bit upsetting because her nose starts bleeding. She's obviously, you know, very drained from her energy from performing this spell, and she's like, I'm still working it out. Like, she doesn't even know where she sent her, but it's interesting to see Willow's power get more and more, you know, stronger as the show goes on, and she's able to progress in these more complicated spells. Everybody knows Dawn is the key now, including Dawn. Like, the Scooby Gang knows, Spike knows, you know, Giles, Joyce, everybody knows. So I think it's now going to be on to phase 2 of processing what that means, because it was so bizarre at the party when everybody's acting differently around Dawn, and she could obviously sense that as well and gets very upset because nobody's telling her the truth. And then when she finds out for herself, it was just a heartbreaking moment, and just, I'm half relieved that she finally knows, because I feel like this secret was just going to build and build, and eventually it just would have erupted into something much worse. So I'm glad she finally knows, but I don't know if she'll accept it. I don't know what she's going to do with this information. It sounds like she's going to try and learn more about the key and what that means. And yeah, I'm still very worried for her character. Please no spoilers, but this battle with Glory is only getting, you know, more intense, and now they've got these knights coming after her as well. I definitely feel like this is a season that gets better with rewatching, and you could probably say that about the entire series so far, because we're just always learning new things, and your brain picks up the little pieces along the way of what we saw previously. So yeah, I'm very curious to see what Dawn's next steps are going to be. Like I said, they still don't seem to have a clear plan of how to get rid of Glory. They can't just teleport her away, you know, every episode. They're gonna have to think of something that'll actually get rid of her for good. I'm terrified that she can switch bodies with Ben. Maybe Ben can help. I have no idea. I don't know where he's gone now either. If when they switch bodies, he dies, I have no idea. But even when Buffy's like, oh, we'll talk to him next time we see him, I don't know if he would remember what happened, because, like I said, Dawn didn't seem to remember. No mention of Buffy's dad, which I know is not new news, because they rarely mention him, but sometimes in the birthday episodes would be the one time we would hear about him. But again, nothing. I think the last time we heard about him, he was on vacation with his girlfriend or something like that. So it's always interesting, because he's out there somewhere, and the show, I find, references these characters occasionally and then brings them back. So I'm curious to see if her dad would ever come back into the picture. Again, no spoilers. I know that was very, very much not the focus of this episode. Overall, I thought it was a good episode, a big episode for Dawn. Obviously, she knows. Her and Spike kind of had this moment where she realizes, you know, she's the key, and Spike's coming over to bring Buffy a birthday present, and he's not even trying to hide it anymore. Like, clearly he likes her and is just trying everything he can to get into her good books. I don't know if Glory will be in the next episode, depending on how far away she was. I don't know how fast she can travel, what that looks like, if she can teleport herself back across countries or wherever she is. Maybe Willow only sent her, you know, a few towns over. I have no idea. We know those knights will be coming back at some point, which is terrifying. They were definitely out to hurt Dawn as well. I hope Dawn can come to some kind of peace with this knowledge, and they can work with Giles and maybe get more information. Now they're not hiding it anymore. They can maybe all work together and try and help Dawn process this. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. What are these freaking knights up to? I hope she has a good birthday. Yeah, but it's not real. That would be so bizarre. The snake talked to her. Oh, it's far beyond the usual teenage identity crisis. Now you have to explain that you're a supernatural ball of energy. Obviously he is untouchable for some reason. She does love red. Almost exclusively in red. Okay, so she can take over his body, but not his memories?